Hey, welcome to another episode of Common Comic Covers, an appreciation podcast for non-key comics. I'm Jeremy,
And I'm Andy.
and we talk about comic books.
or we just have pauses. That's good.
Yeah, no, it's been a good world of comic books the last few days for me. Yeah, what do you got?
Oh yeah. So this episode's gonna come out on Saturday, which is Free Comic Book Day.
Free Comic Book Day and May the 4th.
That's super Star Wars comic books. They should have every one of them.
We for my son's birthday, which was back in December. One of my sons, we got him tickets to the Spokane Symphony, and we are going to watch The Empire Strikes Back at the really nice theater here in Spokane, and the Spokane Symphony will play along to the movie.
That's cool.
So it is, he and I are going to nerd out. We're going to go to Free Comic Book Day, and then we're going to go to the symphony to watch Empire Strikes Back. And my wife is on board, and it was her idea actually to buy the ticket. So we're pretty excited about Saturday.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah. I'm trying to figure out how to sneak in going to the local comic book store. My daughter has swimming lessons and a birthday party, and then my wife is taking Lewis to another, like a baby reveal party. Is that where they just like, hey, it's not a baby shower, it's the afterwards. I don't know. So,
I think the good thing about Free Comic Book Day, you can jump in there, grab what you need. Now we have a few. I like going to a shop called Monkey Biz here in town because they don't limit you on how many you can take. Some of the other places in town, not to name them because they're awesome, but they have a 3-book limit, which I mean, I get, but I don't get.
Yeah. They used to not have, it felt like they didn't, like, places didn't used to have limits back in the day. Like you could take one of each copy, right? But I think my local.
No, I think the spirit of Free Comic Book Day should be take these comics.
Yeah. Well, I think people were probably just taking all of the comics and not leaving any but thing for anyone else. Is that like, because
I mean, I think you should only be able to take one copy of one particular comic book.
Yeah.
So I don't do that. I don't go to Monkey Biz and take one of everything. But last year I went and I came out with maybe 5 or 6 that I was interested in, and they're fun to read. And so anyway, that's where we'll go and fill up on free comic books, and then maybe go to the coffee shop and read them before we go to The Empire Strikes Back.
And that'll be fun.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. It'll be good.
Yeah, let's switch things up. What's your common comic cover of the week?
Comic cover?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
Yeah.
I think this is a really fun one. This is something that I've had for a while, and I don't know. I was just plucking through my books, and this is one of my favorite series that I've read, and the art is amazing. It was hard to pick one, but I really like this one. This is Swamp Thing, number 50.
Wow.
Number 56. And this is the Alan Moore run, obviously. And this is a Steven Bissette cover.
That's super cool.
So you got Swamp Thing in the eye of a skull. And what's really cool to me is like, it's just like sketched how he shadowed it, the skull. Like you can just see his pencil marks almost. But
yeah,
it's cool. Like it's not. Yeah, I don't know. It's a beautiful cover. It's almost, that negative space-ish. Not really, but I don't know. I like the simplicity of this with just 2 shades or 2 colors, blue, really one color, and then just the black and white. And I like how the Swamp Thing coloring is the same as Swamp. It just, I don't know, the simplicity of it just highlights the art for me.
Yeah, I love that. Like the zoomed in of the bone, the skull.
Yeah.
That's neat. I don't think I've ever seen that cover before. That's so cool.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad you like it. I knew you'd like it. But yeah, it's one of those things, like from a distance, it looks really fine. But then when you zoom in, you just see how he was drawing it, but it doesn't take it away from it. I think it just makes it, I don't know. This is a cool book.
Yeah.
Almost
Yeah,
like it's not pencil. I would say it's more like charcoal. Yeah. So anyway, it's from 1982. The infamous Alan Moore run. I think this is right kind of dead center of that run.
Yeah.
I want to say it ended in the 60s. No, so I think this might be towards the end of that run.
Yeah, it started in 20 and then.
Yeah, this is towards the end of that run. But anyway, what do you have for your comic cover?
Yeah, so this is a Bruce Timm cover.
Oh,
homaging an older comic. So I think I've shown this to you, and it's been in the background before. But this is Detective Comics 1000, and it's homaging Detective Comics 69. It's just like from 1942, and it's an exact.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty much the exact.
He did that with Bruce Timm did that with Incredible Iron Man #1.
Oh,
he did an exact kind of replica of it, but it's Bruce Timm.
Yeah. Okay.
Anyway, I mean, same kind of idea. He's done a few of these, and it's really awesome.
Yeah, it's just
break it down for me.
Oh, there's not much to break down. He's just coming out of the
you got the wand out.
So I got the wand coming out of the genie bottle, and it's
Joker is a genie in the bottle.
Yeah, and I picked this up, I think for cover price. I think it's $10. So, at Mill Geek Comics. So,
yeah. Can you zoom in? Let me see. I want to see Batman and Robin. They look very Bruce Timm from here.
Okay, here they are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that looks great.
Yeah, and then there's that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's great. When did you pick this up?
Oh, probably a couple years ago.
Okay, so it's nothing new.
It's not new. This is gonna be. I mean, this is not, a valuable comic book. It's just fantastic.
And it's not a reprint of the story. It's a new story. It's a part of the run. This is just a replica cover, classic cover.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I think I read this one, and it's just like it has like a bunch of little stories throughout, done by different artists and different writers.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's great. Man, 2 great covers by 2 of some of comic books' finest artists.
I agree.
I like it. Hey, Andy, I'm going to stick with you. What's your dog and pony show?
Oh,
Dog and Pony is what we're reading, what we're collecting, what we're buying. Really, anything. Yeah. It's our our dog and pony show. It's what we want to show off.
That's
what
right.
do you got? What are you showing off today?
So, I kind of like Thor. He's kind of fun, and I
showed some cool Thor Germans last week.
And I feel like he's kind of undervalued. Like he's like the Kirby and Lee combo.
You think Thor's undervalued?
I think he used to be, and I think his like the normal run of his is pretty. I don't know, fairly affordable. I don't know.
Okay.
He used to be.
You're saying you're not seeing Thor really as a primary person in the comic book collecting. We're not talking movies. We're talking about comic books.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm sorry. Comic books. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, I was just clarifying.
Yeah. So, I got this.
Yeah.
And I got a screaming deal on it.
Okay.
This is.
There's a lot going on that cover.
This is the king size Thor #1, or Journey into Mystery, excuse me, Journey into Mystery Annual #1 from 1965.
Okay.
And it's
And this predates the Thor's
book, yeah.
book, right?
So, and this is and it's actually a key book. It's the first appearance of Hercules.
Oh,
yeah,
that's awesome.
in Marvel Comics. And let's see. Let me look at the front. Let's see if there's something else. Yeah. So it's the only one. They only have one annual. But yeah, it's great. I was super happy to have it. It was like one of those times I was on a live sale and I bought from somebody that I didn't know. And it was like there's like a $10 credit. I made an offer. Somebody's like, "Oh, any book over $100, I'll put $10 towards." And then the seller was like, "Oh, because if you're new, I'll just do free shipping." So I paid $145 for this comic book, and it's a $300 comic book all day long.
Yeah, what's it graded? I can't see the grade there.
Oh, okay. It's a 4.5.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, which is my sweet spot.
Is that a Jack Kirby cover?
Yeah.
It's very I don't know why, maybe because when we're recording this, I should have been in bed 2 hours ago.
Oh,
but when I look at Thor and Hercules battle, I don't know why, but I just keep thinking of my childhood watching American Gladiators. Like, they didn't wear costumes. I mean, they had like uniforms, like leotards, and it's almost like Hercules, but I don't know. They were just these very like muscly, oily, macho-y. I don't know. You remember American Gladiators, right?
Yeah. I watched it some. It was kind of fun. Like, I'd like to play that game, like this Nerf gun. It was always run into different spots.
I always liked the jousting, where you have some guy that's 5'11", $120, going up against Malibu on the joust. Sorry, I mean, when you're 11, this stuff is cool.
Yeah, and it was on the USA Network, which I'm sure is.
I think I would watch it. Was it like Friday nights? I think I would watch American Gladiator. I don't know.
Wow. Yeah.
I think I'd watch it after Arsenio Hall or something.
Oh my gosh.
To be 11 and 12 again. Not to take away from your cool cover. So that's awesome. I didn't know that was the first appearance of Hercules. In the comics, obviously Hercules, but and he's big right now. Everyone's loving Hercules. So.
Oh, okay. That's great.
Are you thinking of selling this book, or is this you got too good of a deal? You like Thor?
Yeah, no, I just this is a PC book. I don't really, when I buy older books, it's for myself. When I buy new books, I sell those.
Okay.
It's kind of my so. But yeah, I love it. I'm happy to have it. What's your dog and pony show?
Yeah, mine's more not a classic cover, but it's something that I'm reading. So I just finished the trade paperback of this is the 3rd volume of Second Coming. So this was Second Coming Trinity. And if you have followed along, if you've subscribed to the show, and if you don't subscribe, please. Make a comment in the comments. We'd love to have you and have you join us along the way on our journey here. But if you've listened to any of the episodes, there's a few people I talk about a lot. One is Mark Russell. So this is a Mark Russell book. Yeah. This was a book. Stop me if I get deep into the weeds here, but Second Coming, DC was actually going to do it. And it's a comic book about Jesus, but not like the James, not like not the, it's not a Christian book. And that's why DC was like, we're not touching that.
Yeah.
They don't want to battle that. So, Ahoy Comics picked it up, and now there's been 3 volumes. But if you follow along, God's kind of disappointed that Jesus was killed and sends him back to Earth. But in doing so, he finds a superhero. It's very kind of knockoff of Superman, and is like, hey, can you toughen him up a little bit? So that's kind of what the series, but this latest one picks up where oh geez, why did I just forget his name?
His name's Jesus.
No, the star. No, I always want to say Star Lord, but that's Guardians. Oh my gosh, here we go. Sunstar.
Sunstar. Okay.
Sunstar is a superhero. So Sunstar and his wife have a baby, and the baby has Sunstar's powers, and then some, but is a baby.
That's not good.
So it's not good. And so I don't want to give any spoilers away, but great series all the way through for Second Coming. I don't want to get too deep into religion or any of that. It's not a religious book, but I think it actually depicts potentially what Jesus was really like.
Oh boy.
But anyway, cool art through it. I don't know.
I don't want to talk about religion, but this comic book.
But this book, it's not religion. It's not a religious book at all. It's not trying to convert you to any kind of religion. That is not Mark Russell. If you know anything about Mark Russell, you know that's not him. But he definitely makes you think.
Yeah.
And come to conclusions on your own, just about life and anything. But anyway, following suit of a great Mark Russell read, Second Coming Trinity. Yeah, it was a good read. It took me probably 2 nights.
What was volume 2 called?
I can't remember. So the first volume was Second Coming.
The Duality of Man.
I can't remember what the second one was called. Oh, Only Begotten Son.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. I'll have to check. I haven't read any of those.
I think you'd like him. I mean, yeah, he's a good writer, and again, he's thought provoking. Again, in a non-religious way, he's far from it, I would say. Okay. But yeah, Jesus is kind of this. He's very not machismo or macho or any of that. He's just kind of a okay, he's almost like a Jughead or Gomer Pyle style of character.
Oh no. Okay.
It's a good foil to Sunstar. But anyway, okay. Yeah, that was what I read. That's my I'm reading a few other things, but that's what I wanted to share today because that was one I actually read cover to cover recently.
Well, I have a really hard question to ask you.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay. If you could only pick one of these comic books to own, this is the final. Would you pick the Incredible Hulk #1? It's a famous cover if you haven't seen it before. And we've shown it a few times on this show.
And this is, unlike some #1s, this is the first appearance of the Hulk.
And he's on the cover.
Which makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Bruce Banner and the Hulk.
Yeah. Okay. And then I will, or would you rather have Fantastic Four #1? Yeah.
Also another.
Yes.
Very famous.
So conditions vary, but the price is the same. So
yep.
I think Fantastic Four #1 is definitely the more expensive of the two.
Sure. And we have everyone's there. The whole cast of characters are on there.
Well, Herbie the robot's not on there.
Well, Herbie didn't make it. You're right.
Or She-Hulk, who joined.
I mean, honestly, if we were just going on cover alone, I think the Incredible Hulk is a cleaner cover. It's, to me, this cover is, call me weird, it just seems off center. Like the way that the Human Torch is in there, and then the arm, there's just I know a million people are going to disagree with me, but it just seems it's sideways to me. It's not.
Yeah.
I like a degree of symmetrical, or not as busy. So this one's like off and busy. It's still an awesome cover, but I'm just saying if I'm comparing those two covers, whereas the Hulk, it's centered and then it just kind of has this layer to it that I just kind of think is kind of cool. So if we're going on cover alone, I think Incredible Hulk. Stories, both of them are rough because they're written by Stan Lee.
You're attacking Jesus and Stan Lee in the same episode. That's good.
Yeah, we're gonna lose subscribers. I guess you could say that it's a little off center, but it's a little bit more symmetrical for me. But then with story and all that, I am gonna go Incredible Hulk #1.
Okay. Yeah.
Is he man or monster? Or is he both? I love that it's in a question mark. I love the background is more like just two colors. Anyway, I think the texture of this, the story of this, that's a cool book. That'd be the one I wanted to show off.
Yeah. They're both monster. Like they're both like, so the Hulk so big in there because he is the monster, and then in Fantastic Four #1 I think the monster is the big thing still, and like the Fantastic Four is just they're little characters, but the highlight is like the monster, and it makes sense because they're coming out of that. These were like monsters were the big thing for Marvel at the time.
I mean, Reed Richards, I think I get that his arm he's just a straight line. He's a tube of chapstick with legs and arms.
Mm-hmm. In that cover.
In that cover. I don't know.
I actually
I'm really digging deep right now, but it's an amazing cover.
Oh, I'm gonna zoom in. I don't know if that zooms in for you guys. I really like.
It is not zooming in.
Okay, I really like this. I think I go FF1, Fantastic Four 1.
Okay,
even though I'm a huge Hulk fan, I just like the cover of Fantastic Four 1 better.
Okay, we're split. Hey, make a comment in the comments. Which one of us is extremely wrong or right? What are your thoughts?
Yeah.
Subscribe, leave a comment in the comments. Have a great May 4th.
Oh yeah.
Don't forget it's Free Comic Book Day. Go get your free comic books. Find a store that doesn't limit you to 3. Get them all. And maybe that'd be kind of fun to share our Free Comic Book Day scores.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Next week.
Yeah. And as Ringo Starr says, peace and love, peace and love.